Why are we talking about birdhouses?
I don't know, April.
Why are we
randomness.
talking? Huh?
Birdhouses, why?
Why are we talking about people hearing me in Mexico?
Are
Are we going there this
Well,
morning?
let's ask the people in Mexico.
I meant, oh, hi, Rachel. Happy to have you back.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like there's tension
Like
already.
Aiden and
Tucker.
Tucker.
Welcome to the Totally Spoiled podcast, where there's complete tension right now between April and CT. I mean, if we did build the wall, April probably would echo off of it.
I would just jump it.
Let's not go there.
I would just jump it. How about that?
Abort.
All right. So
we
it's a
can't talk about these things,
No.
right?
No, we're not getting into that stuff. It's a Totally Spoiled podcast. It's Brian Fink. CT is back. April is here, as you can tell by the loud echoing voice.
Thanks, guys.
And normally it's April and I talking about how we're tired and didn't get any sleep, and now it's CT talking about how she didn't get any sleep last night. Why?
Because I wasn't binging. I listened to your show.
All right. We got a fan.
High five!
We got a fan.
We got one listener.
And I actually did not binge anything over my vacation.
Wow.
I know. I forgot my personal computer.
Oh,
my dad,
so that's
I
why.
didn't have a way to watch it in my bedroom. So
They didn't have anything in the Villages for you?
well, I mean, no. I was in bed by 8:30 and asleep by 9.
We got a grandma over
Yeah, clearly
Hey,
we
when
do.
you're in the villages, do as the villagers do.
Oh, is that all they do?
No, that is not all they do in the
That's
Villages.
not all they
Please
do.
tell.
I do the stuff that's not disgusting,
That's not X-rated?
like early bird dinners and sleeping early
Did I
and
see
shooting guns.
something happened at the Villages 2
there
days
was-
ago?
Yesterday or the night before. Actually down the street from where my dad lives, like in the next neighborhood over, there was an armed robbery and a hostage situation. I left way too early.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff happens at the Villages.
Yeah.
Clearly, we're
And
missing
you said
out.
that they have like a legit newspaper there for the Villages, don't they?
They have a newspaper and they have a radio station. Their
This
own
is
radio
incredible.
station.
Like the Villages.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
One of my ex-girlfriend's mom and grandmother, I want to say, live at the Villages. And she used
Wow.
to tell me all the stories about what goes
they're
on there.
good. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we gotta
I mean-
take an episode over there, guys.
Yeah, we'll go live.
On the road, like
Totally
Kelly
spoiled on
and
the road.
Ryan on the road, when they're in the Bahamas. We're going to be live from the villages.
They go to the Bahamas, the late night shows go to London,
Right.
and we're going to go to the Villages.
It's all right. I'll take it.
It's a major character on this show, apparently, because we always are talking about it.
So we got to talk about, we'll talk about Last Defense
man.
coming up. I know,
Oh,
April, you haven't really seen Last
No,
Defense.
I haven't.
We'll talk about that coming up. We got Ozark we got to talk about.
Yeah, which I was up late watching.
So you think you could
Catch up.
dance is at the Academy?
Yeah, I was kind of upset about that because I purposely recorded it and stayed up a little later Monday to watch it because my understanding was it was going into the top 20. Nothing against So You Think You Can Dance.
No,
But
it
I
takes
get
too
it.
long to get to the live
Yes,
shows.
thank
Like,
you.
let's go.
Thank you.
I've stopped watching. I will not
Tell
watch until
me.
they're at the live shows.
Tell me how you really feel, though I agree.
It's too boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm telling
And it's
you.
not a boring show.
No, it's not. It's awesome. But I literally, by the end of it, I was kind of upset. I'm like, I watched an hour of this, wasted an hour of my life, and it's still in the Academy.
Why would you even waste an hour? You know what's going to happen. Like, if you see that it starts with the Academy, just turn it off then.
Clearly, I didn't, or
I
I
did
had
that.
a
That's
doot
what I
to
did.
doot moment
Oh, really?
because I didn't realize until the last 5 minutes. I'm like,
She's like, wow, this is the longest tease ever.
but really, I'm
When's
like,
the real
where's-
show going to start?
Speaking
where's
of
the top
longest
20?
tease,
Like,
this was a tease. I wasn't. we weren't
wow.
going to talk about So You
Okay.
Think You Can Dance here. This was supposed to be a tease.
it's okay. Anyways, we went with it.
We also have to talk about Young Randall, which something happened a few weeks ago that we never got to. Him doing something incredible on Instagram. We'll talk about that coming up. Let me ask you guys: if you found $1,300 cash sitting in a parking lot, would you return it and
Yes.
be on it?
Yes.
Wow, she didn't even take a second. Would you
that-
return it, April?
My inner good Samaritan would want to.
No, I don't
but
wanna hear
then
that crap.
Again, no, hear me out. Who do you turn it into at a park? At a store?
No,
You
not a
take it
park,
to
a
the
parking
police
lot.
Yeah, you take it to the police.
Parking lot of
Yeah.
like a store?
Yeah, like
Okay, then
they
yes.
found it at a Publix.
Yes. Okay, yes, I would. I would.
I think
I
you
would.
guys. I want to go over there so that your noses don't hit me. I don't believe. And listen, I consider myself a good person. I consider myself a very good person.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what April is doing on the YouTube video because obviously it doesn't work for podcasts.
It's not growing.
You can't just tap your nose and expect everybody in the podcast to know.
It's not growing, guys. It's not growing.
I consider myself a good and honest person. But $1,300 cash? That's a lot of money.
It is, but
and it's cash.
But I'm Irish Catholic, so the guilt would just take over my body.
I would probably worry about it for the first 5 minutes, and then I'd...
You're not a true Canadian. I
What
pull
is
your
that
card.
even supposed to mean?
Canadians are very nice people.
Yeah, you haven't met the Quebecois.
Quebec, well, yeah.
All I know is about y'all's donuts, and they're good.
What? I don't like being in this podcast anymore. Let's go back to talk about Mexicans. No.
Tacos, burritos, tequilas. Don't get me started.
So the reason I
hungry
asked
now.
is because there was a story where this guy found $1,300, or actually they don't know if it's a guy or girl because they didn't come forward.
A human.
Yes, a very good person found $1,300 cash in a Publix parking lot, turned it in. The guy who dropped it, what happened was he was reaching into his pocket for his phone, and when he pulled his phone out, the $1,300
Okay.
cash came out.
So, drug dealer?
I don't know.
Because who carries $1,300? I don't have a one bill on me.
I usually try carrying $1. Just to have in case of an emergency, in case I have to find a payphone.
Yeah.
And I can't even use it.
$1
What year
is
are
not
we
going to do anything for
What
you.
is going? What?
Oh my God, Brian. $1?
I'm a mess.
Yeah.
I'm a mess. I got no sleep last night either.
Okay.
But it wasn't because I was watching Ozark. It's because my tattoo is on, as you can see, it's on the peeling phase.
Oh,
so
fine.
I was itching all night. Look, it's like peeling. So it's really itchy.
Itching.
So
See, mine
Oh.
don't ever itch. Like, I don't.
you don't go through that phase? That's part of the healing
it peels,
process.
but
yeah.
it never itches.
Oh my God.
Really?
So I laid down at I think 10 o'clock last night, woke up at 11:30. I'm like, it's one of those feelings where you wake up and you're like, oh cool, I got 4 hours sleep, and it's a half hour later and you're like,
No.
oh my God, are
I
you
was
kidding
just
me?
starting my second episode of Ozark at that point, Brian.
All right, so let's talk some
God.
shows.
Guess
Okay.
we all had reasons. Man.
At Brian Fink, at CT1007, at April on Air. Thank you for subscribing to the Totally Spoiled podcast. Oh, and you can watch on YouTube as well. We've got the video now as you're just staring down at the ground.
I don't do well on TV, on video. I'm a
All right.
better audio medium person.
So you were binging Ozark last night. Where did you
Binging. I was watching 2 episodes.
which are hour-long episodes. That's why it's so
Yeah,
hard.
It's like, oh gosh, it's still
yeah.
going.
And a lot happens in those hour-long episodes.
Wait, before we go forward, where are we? Where are you? Are now?
We finished episode 7.
Wait, are you speaking for me?
Yeah.
How do you know I didn't watch anything last night?
Huh?
How do you know I didn't watch anything last night?
I told you
Wow.
not
Did
to.
you guys pre-prep?
No, well, we were
Did
just
you
talking about
guys
where she should
pre-prep?
catch up to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're planning on
Okay.
phasing you out of the podcast.
I saw it coming.
We're building a wall.
Clearly. Y'all clearly don't think I
Stop.
can jump, okay?
Just stop.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No, I didn't
bringing
watch
it
it
back.
last
Okay.
night.
Bringing. Yeah. So we've all finished up to 7. Like
Negative.
What?
You went to 6?
Yeah, because I thought you were going to get to 4. So I'm like, oh, I'll be the middle ground and I'll stop
No.
at 5.
I was at 4 when we started talking.
Try to keep up, April.
Lord have mercy.
Try to
We
keep
need
up.
charts and graphs.
Yeah, we do. True story. We can have presentations right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I
Okay.
be like the weather person?
Oh my God, totally.
It works perfectly.
That's awesome.
I don't know the terminologies.
So you're on 6.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're on.
I did 7 last night, so
I
I'm going to
finished
watch
7 too.
8. The next one I will watch is number 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to catch up now.
Yeah, clearly. Thanks, guys.
I don't remember, but here's the thing, and we were talking about this, because so much goes on.
It's like, what
I
happened
don't
in
know.
what episode?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
all
know
one
what
big
episode.
clump.
Yeah.
So you may hear a couple things that you
Maybe
don't
a
know
little
about,
shocking. It's
but
okay.
they're not really I don't remember anything super shocking other than one thing that
Oh
made
my
me laugh
God.
so bad.
If it's the same thing we're talking about, how did it make you laugh? You know, the show is
Oh, God.
so much. Did you guys?
Oh, God.
Did you guys watch Breaking Bad?
Yes.
I didn't watch it consistently, but I do need to because when I did, I really liked
You
it.
want to talk about binging?
Oh, God.
It was on the last season on AMC, and I started watching it like 4 episodes into the final season.
Right.
I watched every episode in a month
Holy crap.
and caught up and was able to watch the live finale.
Jesus. That's a lot of binge.
I was tired.
Goals.
But it was awesome.
I think Breaking Bad was kind of my first foray into binging, and it was me and Allison Domino, one of my best friends, and we decided to, like, we were doing like 7 episodes at a time, and we would start at like 6 o'clock in the evening, and I would leave her house at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I would leave driving home going, what just happened? Like, it was worse than being in these lights. It was like what,
being interrogated.
Like what happened? But it Ozark reminds me of Breaking Bad, especially this. They didn't really start out this way, but how they kind of tease at the beginning of the episode with a scene, and then they go into the episode.
And then you see that scene play out later.
It ties it in at the end.
Yeah.
That's what Breaking Bad did.
Yep.
Where you would start watching Breaking Bad, you would have but it wasn't
like Jesse's running from these like people, and then you're like, well, how did that happen?
Or like a doll floating in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
And it wouldn't address that till like 8 episodes later, and you're like, oh, that was the doll. That was in the...
So it wouldn't be in the same
how they hook
episode.
you.
No.
Okay.
No, it would be teasing stuff like far down the line.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But am I not right when I was trying to explain to CT and April about how Ozark kind of just cruises along, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom!
Yeah.
Like storyline.
Yeah.
And I was saying it's kind of like driving on 75 with cruise control on. You're just chilling, enjoying the scenery, and then you hit the villages, and you got rabbits humping all over the place. That's kind of what it's like. I mean, people aren't humping all over the place. And well, I mean, there's some.
Well, yeah.
There's
some.
scenes. There's
definitely some, but it's not like the villages where there's like humping going on all
I've
over.
never seen humping in the public areas.
Wait, you've seen it in the private areas?
No.
What is going on with
So
you,
what
CT?
did you do this week?
I went to bed at 8:30.
She's really sticking hard to this story.
Yeah,
now.
she is.
And I shot some guns. That's what I did. Yeehaw.
So if you listen to last week's Totally Spoiled podcast, you know that April and I had a lot of questions because we had kind of reached the point in Ozark where a lot of characters are brought into it, but not really answered as to what their parts were. We found out who the Snells are.
Oh,
Wait, have you gotten there yet?
Yeah.
You got there, right?
The snails?
The Snells.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at me like I'm like talking about
Charts and graphs.
the Snells.
You know,
the old couple.
the ones who like to serve lemonade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So
I'm
we
with
found
you.
out who the Snells are and what part they play.
If anybody tries to offer me lemonade, I'm gonna karate chop them.
We found
At
out
the defense.
We found out somewhat who Ruth's dad is because she went to jail and met with him.
He's a bad man.
He is. But do we know who he really is yet?
Not really. I think, but he apparently killed a man because one of the guys was like, not like your daddy who killed a man or something like that. Somebody was poking at her.
But we don't know like the full
story.
No.
Yeah, because
and I can't wait.
He seems like he's got an insane history with the town.
Well, that's the only person Ruth is afraid of.
Yes.
Yeah, and which says a lot given her character.
And
for
she
good
dresses
reason.
up and like
puts the lipstick on.
Yeah.
And looks like a whore according to him. I mean, that dad is.
God, he is terrible.
Ruthless.
Oh my God!
Yes,
and
ruthless.
you haven't seen when she goes to.
7.
I was gonna say you guys and go for it. You guys might know a little bit more than I do.
Nothing big happened, but she goes to see her dad, and she's got a black eye, and she protects her uncle. But he basically calls her, you look like a whore, like that. And she's like, oh, a stripper hit me. You know, she had a ring on. She protected her uncle who actually punched her in the face.
Yeah. Did that happen? I don't think that happened in your episode, right?
No, but in a few episodes prior to that, there is that kind of altercation that I think gets broken up with one of the cousins.
Yeah.
So you can foreshadow and already see glimpses of, and I think we talked about this before too, physical and mental abuse just within that circle of them. It's very twisted. Very twisted.
And one of the other questions that we had, which I said that I had a kind of feeling was that Russ Langmore is gay.
Yep.
And him and the FBI agent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Wow.
That happened.
So episode 7, which we're going to totally spoil it for you, but one of the major scenes, and I'm wondering if this is what you're laughing at, is the mom of the real estate. Oh my God! How are you laughing at that?
What? Okay. So
it came out of nowhere.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to ruin this for her because it's an amazing scene.
No, so that way I can give her crap if I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, and she's over there laughing.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It was one of those scenes where you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay. Thank God, because she was starting to nag on me.
Yeah.
Like, she's one of those characters where you're like, oh my God, just shut her up.
She gets hit by a bus.
Wait a minute, real estate agent.
Or a truck.
Yeah, the real estate agent
Wait,
who the wife
What
is
are you
working
watching?
for.
What are you
watching Ozark?
What is-
I think she's watching Breaking Bad.
See, this is what. Okay.
Charleston, we need to
All right,
watch
so
Ozark
listen.
or
Oh,
something.
God.
I love
Oh my
here.
God.
Show her all the characters you've got on your phone here, so you can like scroll through and look at all the characters. Even though.
Jason Bateman is the
Too
lead.
short, bring it back. Bring
So,
it back.
so I was doing this last night too, just to try to have all the characters in front of me, and it doesn't even show. You have to go to the IMDb
Okay.
because this main
For the-
page
yeah,
doesn't
it
show
doesn't
all
show
the.
everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't show all the main
But no,
characters.
because I don't know what the characters' names are. 'Cause
Yeah,
there are so many.
There are so many. Just like
Right.
Breaking
13
Bad,
and
or-
13 Reasons Why. Like
that one I picked up on that one. This one I'm struggling on. I know Ruth. I know Ruth.
Yeah.
I know Marty.
yeah,
I know Marty's wife.
There's just a lot of characters to remember their names.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we can refer to them as the relatives or what
Yeah.
part they play.
I was like the son and the daughter.
the son and the daughter. yeah. the dad
Charlotte.
in jail.
I remember Charlotte.
Which one's Charlotte? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
I know that.
really?
So,
Really?
so you know who the real estate agent is,
Yes,
right?
yes. It just took me a
To
second. Like
Wendy-
the snails.
No. Yes, with the Snells.
They're
Yeah.
hanging out with the snails
Oh my God.
on the beach.
So Wendy works for the young guy who's a real estate agent, and his mother is the one who stages the houses. And
Uh-huh.
Wendy's like, she's terrible. Like, you need to get rid of her. And then
Right.
Marty
What-
tries to get her to invest her money
just-
because apparently the real estate agent's mother has a lot of money,
Like $900,000.
like almost $1 million.
Okay,
So Marty
alright.
needs some cash to help launder, and so he tries to go to the real estate agent's mom to get her to have
Invest.
him be her financial planner,
Makes
basically.
sense. Part of the plot.
And she is just she is something.
Yeah, I mean
She's a pain in the ass.
She is a pain in the ass, but I mean she's kind of the typical small town
right,
mom,
right,
or grandma or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
age,
yeah,
and she's very skeptical of big city people.
right. And she, like, her son, like, he's not allowed to do anything. Like, she runs the place. He did stand up to her at one point and gave Wendy a raise and everything.
Yeah,
But
I think that was in your episode.
no, it was in
No.
7.
Oh, is it?
So
He's still blurring.
So-
he's still blurring.
I have no
so
idea. I don't even know where I'm at right now.
so she agrees to let Marty, plan her money and take her account on.
Okay.
And I don't even know what they're arguing about when the scene happens.
So, okay,
But I was just like,
the painting.
what?
It's the painting.
Oh, the ugly
So
mermaid painting.
there's an ugly mermaid painting that she puts up in the houses, and Wendy talks about how ugly it is and tries to get the son to take it down.
Okay.
Because she feels that everybody that's coming in to view the house, that's the first thing you're going to see is that
focal
ugly
point.
painting. Yeah.
And she doesn't know that Marty is married to Wendy.
Right, because they kind of have different last names in this small town.
Right.
Yeah.
So Marty smartly compliments the painting
As
when
he
he's
leaves.
meeting with the mom, and that's what kind of
She stops him in his tracks and goes, I'll work with you. Come
that's
back."
what reels the mom in because she's like, oh, well, he likes the painting, so
Right.
he's got to be a good guy.
Right.
So jump
ugly
to setting up the next house. She has the painting as the focal point again, and the real estate agent is
son.
Her son
Mhm,
is
right.
telling her to take it down, and they start bickering.
back and forth. And so
Bad.
he's on the curb. She is on the street side trying to put the open house sign out. And she's just like talking in the
And they start
street,
bickering about
and they're
that.
just bickering, and all of a sudden this truck just this garbage truck just takes her out.
I mean, takes her out.
And he just kind of stands there and then they cut away. So
And they don't really address it
Wait,
after
does
that.
the
But they
episode
will.
end there?
Huh?
Does the episode end there?
No.
there's some other stuff, but
That's
they're
the
going to
weird thing.
address it. It's going to be
obviously
addressed.
they're going to address it,
because
but
now he's going to inherit all that money, possibly.
yeah, but it's already been invested.
Oh shoot!
He's already transferred it to the accounts.
That's right, to
She
his
was
account.
gonna try to reach out to stop it,
Right.
and now she can't do that.
Ay.
And I mean, it's her money, so that money's gone. Like it's not the son's. Yeah.
now it's Now it's
Marty's. Exactly. That's been transferred to him.
Yeah.
So do we think this was planned by Marty?
No.
This was like completely fluke.
Not
like
enough
it was
time
just
to-
like
to-
it was like watching a cartoon, like the
It really
Wile E.
was.
Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Like you see, for a split second, like if you pause it, you would see her on the front windshield of this truck or bus or whatever
and it's
it
not,
was.
like bloody or any gory.
No,
or anything.
it's just
like
It's
It's
just
quick.
like it catches you
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Well, I knew something was going to happen.
Oh,
It was kind of
jeez.
building. I didn't know if
didn't
the
know
sun
she
was
was
going to
getting hit
kill
by a
her. I
truck.
don't know if and then once I saw her backing up, I was like, "Oh, this is
It's
it."
Because
over.
here's the thing, I was kind of waning in my attention span at that point. I'm like, why are they still bickering? Like, okay, let's go. And then all of a sudden, what just happened? It was so
And
funny.
it didn't feel out of place in the story. Like it wasn't like
a little bit, but I mean, weird
like
things
stage?
happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
it's a church on the
okay.
water. I mean, there are just some weird things that they do up there in the Ozarks.
Yeah,
Church on the water.
but I mean, it's an incredible storyline with that too.
I know.
That's how the Snells are
Trafficking
the heroin is through cutout Bibles that they're passing
that
out.
I did see on the boat.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, oh, that's twisted.
Yeah.
And now
Oh.
they're not happy with Marty because he's
Okay.
sticking his nose in it.
I'm stopping the both of you real quick here then because I've got a question and I'm wondering if it opens up into it. The guy that breaks into their house.
Yes.
Part of the Snells.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll find
Does it
you'll
kind of
find out.
develop into, because he's the same one that when episode 5 ends, he's the one that's got like, I'm ready to murder someone look on his face on the boat.
Yeah.
And it's
they-
when Marty and Wendy, they get awarded some kind of...
Yeah. So wait.
so she hasn't seen the part where Marty was taken by the Snells.
No.
No,
But hold
I-
on. But in your episode, they explain
5.
that. Right. They or whatever episode, they explain that. Yes. So the reason he's got a look of death, that guy on the boat,
And it's the same guy that broke in.
is
just
because
making
that
sure.
guy is the one that's distributing the heroin in the Bibles.
And the Snells told him, "Hey, as long as the
see
pastor
him
doesn't
doing that.
know,
Right.
let's keep going.
so that's why he's got the look of, because
as long as the pastor's
But
still
that-
on the water, they can't touch us." And
they
then
make
that's
the
next
announcement
scene,
about the church
that
being
Marty's
built,
building them a church,
which would take them off the water.
so then they can't traffic the drugs. Oh my
Okay,
God, we
let
need
me
to
no
sit
no
with
no
her and
no
watch
no
and
no
like
no.
have clip
But let
notes
me
at the
let me
end of it.
address something.
So
So
that's... Hold on.
or I
So
won't
that-
address something.
No, hold on to just make sure I clarify this.
We
That
are
is
very
why he
bright
broke
today.
in, right?
Sorry,
Yeah, I know.
No, he's just one of the Snell's people.
he's
so
getting dirt on.
that's why he's taking pictures
Marty.
of everything.
That's exactly what I'm... Yeah,
he's
that's
their,
what I mean.
He's their
Right.
henchman.
But that's all. That has nothing to do with us. That's all explained in your episodes.
All right.
But
All
you'll
right.
see more.
I'm progressing.
So he's took pictures in the house,
Right.
And you're like, why is he taking pictures? You'll find out because
That's
they
kind of-
intimidate Marty with some of the information. Because when you find out somebody's been in your home and they know what color toothbrush you have, then you're like gonna pee yourself. You know, these guys aren't.
Now can I explain?
messing around.
Can I explain something?
My
now?
apologies. Please continue.
So this
done.
is why I'm not a fan of binging. So I love binging because you can totally hold on. This is bothering the hell out of me. All right. So her mic wire.
Please watch our episode just for that few half of a second.
I didn't even know if it would show up. Her mic wire, like a little bit, was on the desk just in the corner. It was bothering the hell out of me, this
OCD.
entire thing. So this is why I'm not a fan of binging. Because, yes, you get to watch everything and get through everything. But when you've got somebody like April who can't keep up as it is,
Thanks.
and you're binging you're binging all these episodes and you're missing a lot of the stuff because you're not able to remember it.
Are you on your phone while you're watching Ozark?
No, I'm not.
Are you doing anything else? Are you doing? Because I found with this.
I eat.
Okay,
I'm eating.
I found.
Well, stop eating!
Well, no, listen. I can't do anything else. It was like that with Breaking Bad. It was like that with Narcos. It's like that with this. I can't do anything else. I can't even get up and do the dishes. With
Yeah,
it
me
on
too.
Because you miss too much.
Yeah.
So like I have
She's
to
trying
put,
to think of what she's doing.
I have to put
No,
my
no,
phone.
I know what I'm doing
like-
now. I think I'm trying to multitask sleeping and watching, and that's just clearly
and
impossible.
that's why I said she shouldn't be binging. Like, there should be rules to be. All right, let's
All right,
move on
so,
from
yeah.
this. Let's move on from this. So let's talk about the kids. The son who is infatuated with guns and killing things.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
And disemboweling.
Yeah, these kids
animals.
are screwed up. The daughter who she tries running away. That's not in your episode.
No.
No, I'm not there quite yet.
No,
but
She
what
runs
kind of-
away.
And then she goes for a swim.
Were you as intensely in that scene as I was?
I was, because I was like, oh, that's going to be the end of Charlotte.
Yeah.
But then not. And I'm like, so she's just looking for a thrill, I think.
Well, I don't think she realized how far she was swimming out, is what I think it is.
No.
But what's crazy is,
That
like,
lake is weird.
yeah, but she dies for 10 seconds,
Yeah.
theoretically. She drowns. Yeah, she's like, she
She's at the bottom of the lake.
swims out too far, and it's night, and she can't make it back, and she goes to the bottom of the lake.
Oh, what, she just goes
Well,
back up?
yeah, that's
And
the
then
weird
it's like
part.
sitting
She,
there for 3 seconds, and then all of a sudden she starts moving again.
and she snaps out of it. Yeah.
It was weird.
I think
don't
that's
know-
going to be something coming
Well,
up.
it's like she had relations with that really hot guy from Chicago. I was like, damn.
Oh, the one she met at the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the boat.
Oh.
She goes to their party.
I was like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he even asks if she's old enough. She says no. And he
And
still
still?
just. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean.
Hey, look,
Get in
there
where-
are a
How
lot
old,
of
how old do you think
Getting
he
what you
is?
can't.
Like 20
He's
something?
probably 21, 22.
And she's 15?
I thought she was 15 or 16. Well, she's not driving, so yeah, she's like 15 or 16. But she doesn't look 15 or 16.
No, she does not.
She
But
doesn't
still.
look- and she doesn't act 15 or 16.
No, she does
either.
not.
So
Yeah.
she did that, and then she tried to run away, and then she drowned and came back. So I don't. It's weird.
Yeah, I think.
Here's
Wow,
what I
huh.
think, and I thought this last night. She's gonna become a stripper at the bar.
No.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
I think she's going to have some kind of revelation that kind of clears up her life and what's going on.
Well, because when they went to go drop Ruth off at her to see her daddy, and
Right.
she came back, she even mentioned I'm starting to see flashes of what my future could look like, kind of thing.
Who
Yeah.
says this?
Charlotte,
The daughter.
Really?
Yeah,
Because,
I don't think that's going to happen.
going to visit her daddy in prison. If he gets caught for what he's doing.
All I know is
Interesting.
I was literally screaming inside my head, shut the F up while they're arguing.
Oh, I
and
know.
she's
'Cause
drowning.
Marty and Wendy are arguing
Having this
Again?
huge blowout
over
argument.
their relations and their relationship.
She finally calls him out on the video,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
because she finds the video on his computer.
That was weird.
And so she calls him out on that because he's been watching it the entire time.
Right.
And then they had relations, and he mimicked said video. Was weird.
Oh, yeah.
Shut
Oh, yeah.
up.
You need to watch this
that-
episode quick.
That's awkward.
It is so awkward.
I was like, we're telling people to watch this show.
show.
TVMA, by the way. TVMA.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
so she calls him out on it, and they have this bickering match, and then he says you broke because you broke my heart,
Right.
and he was really upset, and I was like, I
Marty?
felt for Marty,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she's out there drowning.
She
in the
is
lake.
literally they keep flashing back to Charlotte in the lake drowning while this
What
argument is
the-
going on.
Yeah,
and I'm
because
like,
Wendy-
shut up! And I don't know if it's because I fly past to
PTSD?
my parents
Yeah.
arguing in the past, and that's why.
Because Wendy came in and she was talking to Marty about sending the kids back to Chicago, to live with their friends. Like her daughter's swim spot is still
Right.
open on the team. This family will take in
Yay.
Jacob. And then they started just fighting about everything that went wrong, and their relationship. Really, their relationship. Like the minute
You need to
she
catch
said,
up.
the minute you started laundering money, you shut me out. And he was like, I was doing that to protect you. So then she
Yeah.
went and found this other guy, and then he talked about the choices that she made, and then they talked about the video, and it was just
Everything.
Blowout.
It was a blowout. And meanwhile, Charlotte's in the middle of the lake drowning.
Drowning. Like I said, they keep flashing
Those
back to
kids
it.
are
they're
screwed
so,
up.
They're so
So screwed too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. How many episodes
okay.
do we have left of this
There,
season?
I think there are
You
only
guys
10.
do, I think.
There are 10 episodes.
Okay, and
so
then
that we got to
4.
watch 3, 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah, and
so
then-
can we say that next week's show we will recap the entire series?
Yeah.
Can we all get
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. I
Okay.
can get there.
I
Yeah.
brought my computer with me, so at lunch I'm going to have lunch and I'm going to watch an hour of Ozark.
Okay, I'm not doing that, but I can definitely catch up. We still need to find out what part Buddy plays.
Buddy.
The old guy who's
Oh, the guy
downstairs
downstairs.
that's gonna
Yeah, we
die.
haven't seen him in a
Nothing-
couple episodes.
No, what are you talking about? He was in this episode talking
he?
about he did bad things, and that's why he
Oh,
came
yeah.
to Ozark.
Watch
To
him
the
be,
Ozarks?
Watch him be like one of the Snell's major traffickers.
Oh, don't even.
No, I don't think that's it, but something.
He's gonna die.
He's
There's-
gonna play a major part in it.
Well, because there's a guy who's following Marty from the cartel, and he came in and he got Wendy in in a car because he said he wanted to look for houses. That freaked me out. That scared
Just
me.
showing them that they're being watched.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just, like, I know
Because
where
I
your
saw
kids go to
glimpses
school.
of that, like when she went to the grocery store, and you know, like
no,
you
they're
see that,
following him because they think that he's missed the deadline because it was supposed to be end of summer, and she's like, no, this end of summer is September 21st. We still have time. We're almost there, and it's like, no, you don't have any money. The Snells just took it all.
And then we still don't know if Ruth is going to try killing Marty again because of her dad, but she's kind of like buddying up with the family.
I think and another thought I had is she going to try to kill Charlotte because she wants to be Charlotte?
She definitely wants to be part of that family now because the
What
mom
is going on?
because Wendy is like is
sees the
caring for her.
family, Yeah.
Like Wendy, when she sees the black eye, she's like, if you need anything, let me know.
And then when Charlotte was missing, Ruth was with Marty, and Ruth offered to go with the mom to the bus station to see if she was there. And then she's like, "Can you take me to see my dad?" And then
she comes out
she's
after
getting
seeing her
attached to
dad
Wendy.
crying,
Yeah.
and Wendy's like, are you
Consoling
okay?
her.
Yeah.
When she's getting attached to that family, so.
there is so much twistedness going on.
It could be
right
like
now.
a basic, not a basic instinct, but the
Yeah.
boiling the bunny on the stove kind of moment.
Oh, like a Fatal Attraction.
Fatal
type
Attraction,
thing?
but like she
Yeah.
wants to be the
Oh.
daughter. She
Yeah.
wants to be in the family.
So we've got 2 episodes to catch up. You've got 3 episodes.
No, we
No,
gotta watch
you've got
8,
3, I've
9,
got
I mean,
and
we've got-
10.
yeah,
so
we've-
that's 3 episodes. Yeah, sorry.
8, 9, 10.
9,
Okay.
10.
What did I say?
Sorry.
Charts and graphs, charts.
How dare you
Lack
use
of
our
sleep,
joke
lack
on
of
us?
sleep, lack of
How
sleep.
dare you? We didn't get a chance to talk about Last Defense. I guess we'll talk about it next week.
She's still in jail.
Yeah, but there's a lot to talk about with that show. But I want to talk about Lonnie Chavez. Chavez?
Yeah, by the way, This Is Us, they started filming yesterday.
Did they really? What? Oh, that makes me feel so like you just said that. I'm like, that makes me feel so good.
If you check out all the cast members' social media, they're posting all this fun stuff of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
they're back, and end of September, it's back.
So Lonnie, who is Minnie Randall?
Young Randall. Baby Randall.
He posted something on Instagram because he was being bullied for the gap in his teeth. And just the thought of anybody bullying him for that is like, people,
Come on.
What? Are you kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah.
what is with these social trolls? So Lonnie decided to take them on a couple of weeks ago. And it was awesome. He posted an Instagram video saying, I could get my gap fixed. Braces can fix this. But what can fix your heart? Oh! Mic drop!
Burn.
Oh!
Did you break it?
That was probably effective on the podcast, but not
If
as
you hear
effective
a thump, guys,
on the YouTube
blame
video.
Brian.
I don't like that.
Fink.
It's all right.
And if engineering is paying attention, I dropped it on the rug.
Yes.
So it kind of bounced like 3 times.
It's fine.
So Lonnie clapped back at them saying, listen, I'll
Did
worry
you just
about...
say clap back?
I did. I'll worry
so
about
great.
my teeth. You worry about your hearts. He said,
I like him.
stop trolling, stop bullying, fix your heart. And to all those being bullied or being trolled, you are beautiful, you are awesome, and you matter. Hashtag fix your heart.
I love that kid.
Oh,
I love that kid.
I love the kid too.
I knew I liked him.
The only question that I have is, do you think it was the kid that posted that, or you think it was somebody that told him to?
I mean, I think he probably talked to his parents.
Right.
And they had a conversation, and they maybe
But
talked about it.
That's good.
It is good.
Like, that's incredible.
Here's the thing. Little actors in Hollywood, they're like the maturity level of like...
Me?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Like,
God.
you
They're
know,
more mature than I am.
yeah.
a lot of times they're around a lot more adults than they are kids. So, I mean, any kid that I saw like on the street here in Florida, maybe not, but you know.
I think that's my problem too, is I'm around too many immature people here at the station, and that's why I'm not mature.
Don't look
I don't
at
know.
Rachel and
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just saying.
At Brian Fink, at CT1007, at April on air. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Totally Spoiled podcast.